Do you know dual sport? Do you like adventure? Then you want to see these epic places in America. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it on the Rant and Ride.
Look what happened. I woke up in a big old pile of money. All you KTM guys, come on. I'm Team Warren. Don't think I'm coming down on the Elton. I, on the other hand, and you on the other hand, and a lot of people on the other hand. Why don't we have a 450? As a competitor, do a lot of ice.
But here's my thinking.
Hey guys, Joe here, 690ADV, 690 Garage, 690ADV.com. Speaking of 690ADV.com, go to the website, sign up, get your free decal. Do your membership, get on there, we'll get that decal out to you, and that way you will be part of something that's coming up in the future when we start giving stuff away. You gotta have that decal in order to win. You have to have it. Anyway, on to the rant. Need people to understand, especially the haters that are out there, what a rant is. Can't stress it enough, but that's okay because I don't mind that you're a hater. A rant is where you are just basically ranting, speaking, constantly talking. And that's what I do, and I ride. So if I rant and I ride, I'm talking. But anyway, enough of that. Got a little bit different perspective on camera this week. I think it's kind of cool. What do you think? I kind of like the angle. Man, I love this topic. I'm not going to give them all away because I have so many places I've been to, and if you're a new rider or if you're an experienced rider, and you're looking for cool places. Now, this is not I'm going to give you a map and I'm going to tell you how to get there, or any of that stuff, but I'm going to give you these fantastic places that you need to put on your bucket list when you are dual sporting. And the nice thing is these that are here today are for all skill levels. It doesn't matter really if you've been riding for 25 years or if you've been riding for 6 months. You can do these places. That's the cool thing. And they're just absolutely beautiful places to go. And this is the other segment of the channel, with our rant and rides, talking about the places that I go to that I can share with everybody, and we can get into it. And you can share your places with me too. And if you've got an epic place that you love that I've never been to, comments. I want to know about it. And I travel out west every year, and if it's epic, I'm going to give you total cred for that place, and I'm going to go check it out. And if I can camp, I'm going to camp there because I love to camp. Anyway, one of my top places, and I'm not even going to do a top because it'd have to be like the top 50 places in America to go see before you die. Literally, you got to see these places. They are just, pictures really don't do them any justice. And when you're on a bike, man, they're fantastic. I mean, your jaw drops in some of these places. So anyway, on to the first one. I don't know if you've ever been there, and if you have, share your experience in the comment and tell me what your favorite part of the place was. Silverton, Colorado. Silverton. It's basically the gateway of Colorado to some of the most epic dual sporting in the country. Am I right? Am I wrong? I know I'm right. There's no way you're going to tell me I'm wrong on that one. I'm not going to buy it. I'll take you to the mat on that one. Silverton, I like to say, is a gateway because you start basically at the 550 out of Durango, Colorado. You do the 550 all the way up over Red Mountain Pass. It's just a beautiful ride. If you catch it at the right time of the year, especially like right now, coming into October with the aspens and the changes, it looks electric up there. You're winding and dipping, and it is just magnificent. Once you get up there, you get into Silverton. You basically make that turn to go into Silverton, and once you do that turn, if you go straight, that's the 550. And guess what? It's the $1 Million Highway. Look it up, $1 Million Highway. It basically winds and dines you all the way up to the top and then dips you right down into the ray. And it is just beautiful. You can go up there and have lunch And it is just, I mean, it's hard to explain just how awesome that ride is. And, but you just basically wind and twist. But the beauty part is, don't get too captivated. Do not get too captivated, because those turns, if you've never done the 550 and the $1 Million Highway, they are basically, if you miss, you're dead. That's the way it works. They are sheer drop-offs, and but the scenery is just fantastic. So $1 Million Highway, if you've never done it, you got to put that on your bucket list. And there's going to be lots of photos that are popping up, and you get to see some stuff, but it doesn't do it any justice. You just got to see these places. But backing up, going into Silverton, Colorado, Silverton is this old school, really no frills kind of town, and it's just beautiful, man. But you can catch all the cool Jeep passes there. You can do engineer pass out of there. You catch it basically through the backside of there of Silverton, and you go up what's called as the Animas Forks. And the Animas Forks, the first thing that you catch is the ghost town. And that ghost town, when you get there, that's where it all begins. That's where it all gets going. And from there, you basically got two options. Well, really three. I think you can do corkscrew on the bottom portion, but if you go up and around, you basically can do engineer, or you can do Lake City. Cinnamon Pass, which Cinnamon Pass and engineer both will drop you down into Lake City, Colorado, which is really a neat little town. I'm not going to talk about that, but you can catch that. But if you take Cinnamon, the only place you can go to at the top is to Lake City. But if you do engineer pass and you get up to the summit, you can basically go all the way to the summit, go to the lookout. I'll have some pictures of our lookout up there, and it's just amazing on how beautiful it is up there. Once you get up there, you got two options. You can either go down to Ouray, or you can go down into Lake City. And just awesome. Around there, talk to the locals. Everybody's super nice around there. Good eating. And there's places to camp. If you're not a camper, you are on a cruiser or something like that, this is for everybody. Engineer, Cinnamon, any of those G passes, you will need a dual sport bike. Preferably something like this 690, WR250, DRZ 400, KLR 650. Man, the list goes on and on and on. But those are the bikes that you're going to want if you're going to head up to those passes. Or you can rent a side-by-side right there in town, and you can go up there and check it all out. Just a fantastic place. Plus, they have places that you can rent, and you can stay in a hotel or a little motel. I don't think they have hotels there, but they definitely have motels. They're cool, and they're real old school, too. Nice town, great people. All right, moving on to my next spot. I almost got a tear on this one, and it was just fantastic. And I know I say fantastic a lot because it's just fantastic, man. It's just awesome. And I just love the area. Lake Powell. And from Lake Powell, on the southern side of Utah, there's the ferry. And at that ferry, you can ride your motorcycle on it. And there's pictures. I'm sure they've popped up. And man, it's hard to explain. It's very jaw-dropping. You got these gigantic rocks that are just sitting in the middle of this. It basically, Storymoto, my buddy, said it best. It's the Gulf of Mexico in a rock. In a rock. If you have never been to Lake Powell, it is one of the most beautiful lakes in America. It is just vivid, beautiful, rocks everywhere, rock faces. But you can catch that ferry and ride your bike or car or cruiser. It doesn't matter. It's super cheap for bikes. They're super, super cool. And from there, you can take you to the other side. Well, when you get to the other side, guess what? The adventure is still going. From there, you can basically go into Bryce Canyon, and you can catch the Burr Trail. Burr Trail. And I can't stress enough, the Burr Trail is one of the most beautiful. You'll probably want a dual sport bike to take it on this trail because of the scree and the dirt and the switchbacks. It's just jaw-dropping. It is absolutely jaw-dropping. and it's just wines and dines you, and it just gives it to you. You got basically cliffs on both sides. You're in a canyon, and you got the sun peeking over you, and it's just, man, you're just dipping and diving and dipping and riding. Oh my God, it's just so beautiful. And once you ride the Burr Trail and you get done with that, when you pop out to the other side, guess where you end up? You end up in Boulder, Utah. Well, I don't even say fantastic, I almost did it again. It's just beautiful. So you switch back out of there, you come up into Boulder, just a nice, great little town, good eating, cool stuff. Boulder, Mesa Cafe. Don't even know if it's there anymore. But, I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, you got all these trees, you got the canyons, you got all this epic riding. And if you look hard enough, and I'm not even going to tell you, but right there in Boulder, you know, in Utah, there is a secret campsite that is completely covered with trees and has a flowing stream that's loud enough to just rock you to sleep. And I'm not going to tell you where it's at because it is a top secret space that was given to me from one of my great buddies, the Og Man, and we just don't talk about it. But it's there, and it's just simply absolutely beautiful. From there, you can go and see the Grand Staircase. You can see Escalante. It's just fantastic, and you just got to see it. You've just got to see it. It is just nice as can be, and just about anybody can do these roads. You're just going to want some type of a dual sport, I feel. A cruiser, maybe, if you're a good enough rider. But I'm thinking if you just got a really nice dual sport KLR, something along the lines of that. Doesn't have to be super enduro-y, but this stuff is for basically all range of riders, and that's just beautiful. So Lake Powell to the Burr Trail, up into Boulder, Utah, and then to the Escalante where the Grand Staircase is. It is just jaw-dropping. The pictures do it no justice. You've got to see it live in order to truly grasp the size and the awesomeness of that. It's just really, really awesome. And then from there, we're kind of moving on. And there's one little place that you can find, and you can go into the stores and you can talk to them. Moving on to my last spot, because I have so many places that I want to put out there, but I'm only going to do really 3 major ones on this episode. That's Mexican Hat in Utah. It's basically a giant rock that has this big flat rock that's the size of a house, and it's perfectly balanced just right on top of that rock. It's the neatest thing. Well, you can ride out to it. It's just a little bit north of Mexican Hat, and it's really cool. They got all these dirt roads. You can wind around, and you can actually drive up to it, and you can go check it out. But the cool thing is it's not that it's just Mexican Hat. Mexican Hat has other amazing areas to go see. And one of my favorite of all time, from Mexican Hat, leaving out and heading a little bit north, Valley of the Gods. And the valley the gods must have made, because that place is just amazing. I could literally camp there for a week, ride around and just check it all out. And like I said, I'm going to post the pictures that are mine from my trips going there, and it's one of my favorites of all time places to go, and I'd love to go there every year just because I love it. And if you're catching it coming up on the north side, well, the south heading north into it, taking the long road, when you start getting to those stacks that are out there, they film tons of commercials out there. They do a balloon thing out there where they have hundreds of balloons right there in the valley, and they do it once a year out there. Like I said, they shoot tons of commercials, and it's just amazing. And there's camping out there. So if you're a real adventure rider, and real adventure riders love to pack their gear, and that's what I do. I love to camp. And there's tons of camping at Valley of the Gods, but there's some secret spots there. And I will give you this one hint. If you're riding and you do see the big stacks that actually come around a canyon wall, and you basically drive in between a huge stack and a canyon wall, pay attention, because on your right-hand side there is a land bridge, and there is an epic campsite right there that overlooks the whole valley, and it's just amazing. It's jaw-dropping, especially at sunset and in the morning when you wake up. You can basically camp up there. There's enough room for at least 4 or 5 dual sport bikes. Nice area to put all your stakes and stuff. About 4 o'clock in the evening, the sun hits the backside of that canyon wall, and man, that's when everything comes alive. You can hike. You can just sit around the campfire. You can just sit there and just enjoy the evening and chill out and enjoy it for what it is. And it's just beautiful. Get up the next day, moving on to the next site. When you leave out of there, you'll basically continue taking a left if you can find it. Doesn't matter. But if you're camping on there, the next place you're going to want to find is the Moki Dugway. And the Moki is just awesome. It's basically a ride up the side of a freaking canyon wall that goes up, I think, about, 1,100 feet. But you go up, it's like a 10% grade. And you're just winding and switching and winding and switching and winding and switching until you finally get to the top. But pay attention, because there's lots of scree on the road, and you definitely don't want to dump your bike, especially on the Moki, because it's usually got a little bit of traffic on it because it's a very popular hot spot in Utah. When you get to the top, they do have a nice, really cool lookout. You can actually climb the sides of the wall, and you can get lots of great photos and pics and all that stuff. And it's really cool because it gets up to the top, and it literally just shows the whole valley. And it's just beautiful. You see all those stacks. You can see the roads. They look like little fingers. It's just super, super neat. Super, super, super neat. And then from there, if you want to, you can basically go out of the Moki, keep headed out at the top, and that will wind all the way around. And from there, I'm not going to tell you, but you can end up at another side of Lake Powell. And it's just great riding up there. It's all asphalt, so you can just shake and boogie and do whatever you want while you're up there. So it doesn't matter what kind of bike you have. But I recommend the dual sport bikes just so that you can really get out and enjoy yourself. And that's why everybody should own a dual sport bike. Everybody. Anyway, those are bucket list places you need to put on there. And more episodes to come on other places to go to. And if you subscribe and become a member of the 690adv.com, we're going to have a members only back room. And we may put some of these maps up and show you where to go to them, especially if you're a new rider and you want to have some really epic stuff to go see if you're going to go do your adventure trip. Anyway, my name is Joe, 690ADV, 690 Garage, 690adv.com, free decals, go get them. I appreciate your time because I understand that you're taking your time to watch my video as I watch other people's videos, and it's just great. If we could all just stop bashing each other on everything. It's hard to make these videos. It's not easy to make them. And but there's a lot of good knowledge that comes out of this stuff, and it's a lot of fun to do. But like I said, I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, click that little subscribe button down there, and give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. It really helps us out. And like I said, get that decal, because I need you to get the decal. Go sign up. Please, go sign up. And that way you can win when we get around to where we give away some stuff. So anyway, I appreciate you. You guys have a great weekend. It's beautiful here in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Don't know where you're at. You have a fantastic weekend. 690 out.